I've heard Sean Combs is in fact from people who used to work in this company. So I'm assuming I'm not sexually Sean Combs. I've not spoken to Sean Combs. But based on those sources, I've heard he's in fact.
That's why I don't be going to them puffy parties. You from the front and the back at the same time? What you talking about? Look, if you're into that, I'm fine with it. To each his own. I'm just saying this ain't my mother. I like it. It's uncomfortable. I think I belong in the girls' bathroom.
A trans woman has just come forward, shaking the entire hip-hop world with explosive claims about Busta Rhymes and Diddy. For years, rumors have swirled around Busta and his alleged private life, and now, it looks like the truth is finally surfacing. Leading the charge is Tony Newman, a former trans escort and fearless whistleblower who's been calling out the music industry's darkest secrets for years. And she's not just making noise, she's dropping receipts. Her revelations have poured gasoline on the fire that 50 Cent lit just days earlier, when he released a shocking video. This wasn't just any footage. The clip allegedly features Diddy, his rumored trans partner, and Busta Rhymes together in the same room. People who've seen it say the vibe was intense and uncomfortable. With all the wild adult party energy 50's been exposing for years. Now the streets are buzzing, claiming that 50 Cent is just getting started, that what he dropped was only a teaser, with way more heat locked and loaded. For years, 50's been clowning those wild industry parties, throwing slick shots at the fruity vibes and hinting at some shady invites coming from Diddy himself. Back then, it all sounded like jokes, but now, with everything coming to light, those punchlines are starting to look like real warnings, disguised as comedy.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he said something fabulous and he goes, yo, but me and you, we ain't party. Like, we need to party. What is he talking about? That's the kind of stuff that when people say that to me, I get a little uncomfortable. I get uncomfortable. Like he said something to me one time, a long time ago. At Chris Lighty's wedding, he told me he'd take me shopping. I looked at him like, what'd you just say? Let me move, man, before I do something. You're gonna make me mess up the wedding.
Oh, that's a nice gesture.
Let me get out of no, dude, take me. That's what a guy says to a girl.
That's why I don't be going to them puffy parties. You from the front and the back at the same time? What you talking about? Look, if you're into that, I'm fine with it. To each his own. I'm just saying this ain't my mother. I like it. It's uncomfortable. I think I belong in the girls' bathroom.
Now, Busta Rhymes' name is right in the middle of the storm. He's long been viewed as someone who stays out of the industry's mess. But the latest leaks and insider whispers paint a very different picture. According to the claims, Busta wasn't just present at these events, he was allegedly the one playing host. And it gets deeper. Whistleblowers like Tony Newman were among the first to suggest that Busta was actually helping to bring people in, and not the usual bottle, girls or Instagram models. We're talking young fanboys, handpicked and ushered into a scene far darker than anyone expected.
From people who used to work in this company. So I'm assuming I'm not sexually Sean Combs. I've not spoken to Sean Combs. But based on those sources, I've heard he's in fact.
Some sources even go as far as claiming that Busta was allegedly handpicking and passing along these young men, entertaining them in his own space before sending them over to Diddy. It sounds wild. But when you line this up with what industry insiders like Big Homie CC have said, the puzzle starts to fit. CC, who's been deep in the VIP club scene and high-profile industry circles for years, dropped a bombshell. According to her, Busta had very specific requests in the club, and it wasn't about champagne or dancers. It was allegedly about young men, carefully selected, sometimes brought straight to his section, and other times discreetly passed on to others.
Bro, like, it was a lot of females in there who stand up when they use the bathroom. You see what I'm saying? So I'm thinking to myself, like, man, like, this kind of wild on bro. Like, this how y'all coming. If this how y'all live, it's how y'all live. But they want to keep it a secret. You see what I'm saying? So he real touchy-feely too. Like he grabbed this other guy I know by his neck. Grabbed him by his neck and was like, do you have love in your heart, young man? You want to be a roach? Or you want to walk with God? I'm looking like, no, I seen him holding hands with two men. Like this. I seen that. So, you know, like they'll have a dude come out with the paper, sign an NDA. No, I'm going to the car, bro, I'm good. I'm not signing no NDA. I'm going to the car, I'm good. Seen that, bro. So seeing all this come in the news, people was telling me I was crazy, said I was a hater. Hating on what?
Now, when you look at all this through the lens of Tony Newman's testimony, it stops sounding like random gossip and starts looking more like a coordinated pattern. And Tony didn't just call out Busta, her claims named heavy hitters like LL Cool J, Mr. C, Eddie Murphy, and of course, Diddy. She's been loud and unapologetic about it, insisting she has stacks of evidence proving that some of the most powerful black men in the industry are living double lives, using their influence to silence stories, bury old encounters, and keep certain truths hidden behind closed doors. According to Tony, the moment she began speaking out publicly, the legal threats started rolling in. She claims LL Cool J's team hit her with cease and desist letters. And allegedly, both Diddy and Busta Rhymes also tried to shut her down.
In my book, the memoir I Rise, published in April 2011, and some of those that I have spoke publicly on is LL Cool J. I met as a street prostitute 15, 16 years ago.
Baby girl was draped in Chanel.
The encounter with LL Cool J was a one-time encounter. I serviced LL Cool J. I knew it was LL Cool J, and he knew in fact I was transgender. Never spoke again. We didn't text, email, call. We didn't exchange any numbers or contact information. I never saw him again. I saw Eddie Murphy 15, 16 years ago pick up friends of mine on that street block in New York City.
Hey boy, you look mighty cute in them jeans.
Eddie Murphy was on the strip.
Tony Newman's claims also seem to echo the infamous Eddie Murphy scandal from 1997, an incident that nearly derailed his entire career. Late one night in West Hollywood, Eddie was pulled over by police in what was supposed to be a routine traffic stop. But the real shock came when it was revealed that a 20-year-old transgender escort named Addison Shalimar Suley was in the car with him. Eddie claimed he was simply being a good Samaritan, offering a ride to someone in need. He told officers that his wife Nicole and their kids were out of town, and that he had stepped out around 4 a.m. to find something to read. That's when, according to his version of events, he encountered Suley on Santa Monica Boulevard, insisting he had no idea she was trans.
And I'm not gay, and I'm not, and that's what's weird about this, to have your sexuality question and your moral fiber question and all that, when all I was doing was trying to be nice to somebody.
Eddie Murphy tells E.T. that his wife and children were out of town, says he wanted something to read and went to a late-night newsstand. He stopped here and picked up the suspected transsexual at 4:45 in the morning. He says he thought he was aiding a distraught woman.
Looks like a pretty Hawaiian girl in the corner crying. It looks like she was crying. She goes, oh, Eddie Murphy. She noticed him at the light. She recognized Eddie Murphy. Oh my God. So I go, what are you doing? Why are you out here working the streets so late? She goes, oh, I'm on my way home. Can you give me a ride home?
Just giving someone a ride home? That excuse starts to fall apart when you connect it to other stories, like those from Orlando Brown. For years, people have laughed off Orlando's wild interviews and erratic behavior, labeling his claims as the ramblings of someone who lost his grip. But if you go back and really listen, there's a pattern, and Busta Rhymes' name comes up more than once. Orlando once publicly claimed he had a relationship with Busta, but at the time, the industry and media quickly dismissed it as just another outrageous moment in his so-called meltdown. But now, with more voices stepping forward, his words are hitting differently.
You smashed him when it was a girl?
I didn't smash anything.
So how you know that?
We made love. We made love.
Who you made love with?
Diddy, Bow Wow, Busta Rhymes.
You just told me you seen Busta in the airport too. That motherfucker tried to act like he didn't know you. You smashed Drake?
No, I never smashed.
Oh, you made love to Drake.
Now, People online are starting to speculate that Orlando Brown may have been one of the young fanboys allegedly passed around, used, and discarded, and that possibility paints a disturbing picture, especially when you consider how Busta Rhymes has presented himself in public over the years. He's often visibly uncomfortable, even hostile when topics around sexuality come up. Flashback to 2006. He was accused of shouting a homophobic slur at a male fan in a bar. Then, just a year later, he abruptly walked out of a radio interview the moment homophobia in hip-hop was mentioned. No discussion, no explanation, just gone. Back then, people chalked it up to discomfort. But now, many are wondering, if someone reacts that strongly to a simple question, what exactly are they trying to avoid? And it's not just about interviews. That now viral dinner party clip, with Diddy, Coi Leray and Busta raised even more eyebrows. In the footage, Diddy stands near Coi while Busta smirks from across the table, eventually giving Diddy a casual shoulder tap, like a go-ahead, big bro type of gesture. Meanwhile, Coi's expression is unreadable, uncomfortable, clearly not vibing with the moment. Social media ran wild with the body language breakdowns. Then there's the resurfaced video of Busta with Jeremy, a much younger artist. In it, Busta leans in close, even sniffing him at one point. Jeremy tries to laugh it off, but the discomfort is obvious. What once seemed like goofy behavior now feels far more unsettling in the context of these serious allegations.
You going? I'm fly there. You see me? Nigga, you going to walk to the money with this fly. Let's go.
And right now, Busta Rhymes is nowhere to be found. While Diddy's legal chaos dominates headlines and 50 Cent's documentary teasers keep blowing up online, Busta has gone completely ghost. No interviews, no statements, not even a tweet. Sources close to him say he's intentionally laying low, trying to dodge the fallout. Meanwhile, 50 is milking the moment, trolling nonstop, dropping memes, clowning people, and hyping up his upcoming documentary, Did He Do It? And get this, he's already sold the rights to Netflix. So this isn't just jokes anymore. This is a full-blown expose that could shake the entire industry. Insiders are saying 50 might be sitting on actual footage, real, unreleased clips from those infamous parties. If that's true, it explains why certain names have suddenly gone silent. And here's where it gets even darker. Remember that disturbing hotel hallway footage of Diddy and Cassie? That tape didn't see the light of day for years. Reports say Diddy paid $50,000 to hotel staff just to bury it. So if that's what slipped through, what else has been hidden? What other tapes were silenced with money and threats? One user online said, "Some of us knew about Busta for a long time. His muscles weren't for the ladies, they were for the fellas." Another added, "The more hypermasculine they act, the more you know something's off." So what do you think? Is Busta laying low because he's guilty, or just avoiding the storm? Drop your thoughts below. This story is far from over. And if you're here for raw truth and bold revelations, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap that next video because what's coming next might just blow the lid off everything.